Okay, people, we are going to start. If you are here, I encourage you to turn on your camera and or maybe type in the chat that you're here so I know that you're here. I am here. Thank you, Prayog. Not my target audience, but it's okay. Question is here. Yeah, nice. Nice. Everyone is here. Most people are here. Cool. If you're missing your friends, if you're missing your MCVPs, you can test in the chat and ask them to join as well. It's going to be chill space. Most of the time, you will be talking and a lot of sharings. And yeah, amazing. I think with this, we can start. So before you start anything, I think we're going to do a small check-in with people who are here. So what is going to be the check-in question for the space is like, what is your one of the most treasured memories in Isaac? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you guys into breakout room. It will be one-to-one. So you'll be in a breakout room with the one more other person. So you can talk to them. You'll have 3 minutes. Divanka, if you're here, can you help me with the breakout rooms?
Yes, sure.
Nice. Nice. So I hope you get the chance to talk about something positive or something that make you happy in the Isaac journey, like with your buddy that was in the room with you. And with this, I want to start this space with a positive note, as well as yeah, it's going to be a little bit longer space, but if you need any break or anything in the middle, I think like it will be mostly conversation, as I said in the beginning. So it should be fine, but if you need a break, just let me know. Feel free to tell me in the chat. Even if you want to private message me, that's also fine. Okay, so before we do anything, before we move forward with anything, so right now we are in the end of the sorry, okay, I'll talk about my experience later. It's part of the closing. Uh, okay, so before we move forward, like anything, and so we should like go back and reflect on our summit, because we spent 6 days, like we are in the end of the 6 days. It's a lot of time we spend time together with each other. So like, let's reflect a little bit about this. So if you want a link, so this is a link that you can use as well. This is what you have been using so far. And okay, give me a second. Okay, I cannot copy it, but maybe if someone can put it in the chat. I think you already have access to the link as well. Anyway, so this is a place that you can refer back while we are going through this information, but in the same time, I encourage you to take a pen and paper or like take notes while we go through day by day. What we're going to do is we're going to go through day by day, and we're going to talk about like how each day and what we're doing each day and what is the key message that you want to talk about from each day. Okay, let me play some music. Okay, cool. Let's start with the first day. So like we start the 6 days journey in a couple of days ago, and our first part of the conference was about on the present, and we are talking about how you can make sure that the current context, how we understand the current context, as well as how we make sure that we take the ownership toward what is happening in the organization or what is happening around us at this point right now. So based on this, we had day one agenda. It is about, we had an opening, then we went to essence. We talk about Isaac 2025 and my entity, how the things are going to change and what is the midterm ambition going to look like. And we talk about how Isaac in Asia Pacific is doing. This is mostly about external context, internal context. with Sarah, like we had different discussions about, we talk about different functions and how is the data going to look like for each of these functions and what does it mean for us as an individual entities. And then we had a lead space with Sumi, talk about self-aware. And then we closed this day with the global village, just very fun space. Yeah, and then what I want to do, so my question for you is like, what are your three key main takeaways from this day one session? And my question for the day is like, what does it mean for you to be part of ISAC in Asia Pacific? I'll give you 2 minutes for you to reflect on this. Okay, moving forward to the day two. Day two was mostly about, it's a mix of context as well as it's a mix of functional spaces. So this is where we first started to go into your functions, go into your commissions, and working with your own commission. In the beginning, we talk about MCVP role. What does it mean to be an MCVP, and what is your responsibilities going to look like? And then we went into the programs, and in detail, we talk about how different programs and what are we doing and what is the direction of different products going to look like. And then we talk about EVA and TM and all these functions as well, including in the programs. We talk about ISAC global initiatives, EWA global initiatives, what are the global initiatives can look like, and how are things that you can implement in your entity. At the same time, we talk about, we went to the functional spaces and we had different spaces in the function, while GT was talking about sales peak, attraction peak, as well as SND. The marketing was talking about leadership, how the marketing brand as Isaac is going to be changing, and how the marketing context should be look like for the current context. And we talk about EWA management. We had an EWA track. I think the first time in Isaac history. I don't know. Probably. And yeah, it's all about. We talk about all about leadership, and this is where like you get to know about the all cool things that are happening in the TM part. And also BD started that track as well. And in the same time, GV talk about the GV direction and GV risk management. So my question for you is like, what are the three main takeaways from these day-to-day sessions? And the question for day is, what is going to be your contribution to the MCVP role and your function next year? As MCVP, what is going to be your contribution? And to your function, what is going to be your contribution? I'll give you 2 minutes for this. Okay, after day two, we changed the objective. So next part was mostly about shape the future. What is your responsibility as an individual in terms of creating the next future of the organization and coming into this position as MCVPs. What is going to be contribution for the role in the future for your entity as well. So with this, we move to day three. Day three, we talked mostly about even national initiatives. We had design thinking space with Geeka, and then we had planning space one. This guys started planning, talking about planning. And then again, we had track sessions. We mostly talk about performance management in almost all the functions. TM was talking about personal designing as well as BD was talking about global and regional BD portfolios, which are the new initiatives and everything that are going to come up with the BD function. So with this, we had a social agenda, which is our get to know as well as hot seat. Yeah, there's a lot of fun activities that was happening from CC side as well. So my question for the day is that what do you need to learn and research before the MT planning starts? So by going through all these planning spaces, what do you think you need to add into your research and learning before the planning starts? 2 minutes. Okay, moving to day four. Day four and five was about lead the change. So in here we talk about like your role as MCVPs in driving this change in your entity and how you can cater this. How you can cater your role in terms of facilitating this change management. Day three, we started with the functional tracks. We talk about paid attraction for GT, and then we talk about digital ecosystem for marketing and project management for EVA. For TM, we talk about MX membership standards as well as in the BD sales minimums, and GB talk about IR for NSND for the people who fulfill 100% GB conditions. Then we had a partner space with Mind Valley, and then we had a planning tool, which is we talked mostly about data management and what kind of skills that you need to develop in terms of when you go to the planning space. And after that, we had IR space for GT, and then campaign management for marketing, LC initiatives management for EWA, and then TM for blueprint, TL guide, EB guide, everything that came with that. Uh, Account management coming from BD as well as big approval risk management for GV. And then TM had an extra session, which is preparation, talent planning, and tracking from the TM side. So my question for the day is like, what kind of capabilities you need to develop as MCVPs to be at your best in the next year. So this is not only until planning or anything, but as MCVP, what kind of things that you want to develop in yourself. Give you 2 minutes. Okay. Moving into tomorrow, yesterday, which was a day five. Sorry, this is day five, and in here mostly we talk about synergy in the beginning, Sagar and Caroline, and we have GCP sharing space for everyone except for TM. TM was talking about the platform onboarding, and then we had the last planning space where we had a simulation where we talk about the what kind of like we had a case study and like everyone was in their functions and you were going through and you're trying to come up with the solutions for this. And then we had a space with Sumi to talk about how to not get overwhelmed with during the planning before term starts, as well as TM was in the change management for stakeholders in this space. And then we had talent night yesterday, organized by CZ team. Yeah. And with all this, my question for you is like, what kind of discussions you want to have during the MC planning? MC planning will be a touch point for you to have different kind of discussions regarding your entity. So, what are the things that you want to bring to the space when you go to the MC planning? Give you 2 minutes for this one. moving to the last day, which is today. Today was about to be an Isaac. So today we had after in the morning we had a keynote space by Ines Hong Kong, and then we had a space with Fatih about shaping my interface culture, and then we had lead space by Tony regarding empowering others, and right now we are in the closing. So my question for you is that what does it mean to be an Isaacer in your entity? Like thinking about your entity, what does it mean to be an Isaacer? What is going to be your role as Isaacer in your entity as MCP? Okay, amazing. So with this, I think we come to the end of all the days that we went through. And for the next part, what I want to do is like, since that we have been working with the commission for a long, for the past couple of days. I want you guys to go back to the commissions and close that experience with your commission heads, with your RMs as well. So we'll have commission closing for 10 minutes period of right now. So GT and marketing will be together, and then a GV, you can stay in the main room. You don't have to go to the breakout. BD will be with Sarah and Sumi, and then Eva will be with Prayog, and then TM will be with Tony. So Tivanka, can you open the breakout rooms for 10 minutes?
Yeah, sure.
Nice. You can choose your breakout room and you can directly join there. Come back in 10 minutes. Nice. I think everyone is back. Welcome back, people, from the commission closing. I hope you get the chance to talk to them and went through the content, as well as get the chance to reflect on what you learned so far in your commission tracks. Maybe it's not enough time. I'm really sorry, but we are limited by time as well. So we do have more sharing. Like we'll do more general sharing later. So that's why I want to manage the time right now. Amazing. Okay. So before we move forward to the next section of the closing, as the beginning of that next section, I want to show you guys a video. So this is part of a conversation that we are having with MCPs as well. So I want to involve you in that conversation. But yeah, let's watch the video first, and then based on that, we can start our conversation. Okay.
The richest Swiss, who make up less than 1% of the population, hold almost half the wealth of all Swiss people together. In Switzerland, the chance that a child of an academic will go to university is 1.5 times higher than that of a child of non-academic parents. In Switzerland, women earn an
video isn't
average of
moving,
20% less than men for the same job.
Okay, sorry. Is it okay now?
Yes.
The richest Swiss, who make up less than 1% of the population, hold almost half the wealth of all Swiss people together. In Switzerland, the chance that a child of an academic will go to university is 1.5 times higher than that of a child of non-academic parents. In Switzerland, women earn an average of 20% less than men for the same job. Is that just? How would a world have to be created to ensure real justice? Just imagine that you, along with others, could decide how a just society should look. What goods would you distribute? And how? Who has what rights? Who will get the top job that only one person can have? What is fair pay? You discuss and design a fair world, so that your decisions remain impartial and you don't design a state for your own benefit. You must wear a blindfold, a veil of ignorance. Behind the blindfold, what you do not know is, will I be a woman or a man? Will I grow up in a well-to-do academic family? Or as the child of poor immigrants? Do I live in a city or in the countryside, without or with children? Am I sporty or not really? Religious or atheist? No idea. You set the rules of the game, but will not know what position you will later have to play in it. Under the circumstances, you will agree on a few principles that make for a just society. That's what John Rawls, the inventor of this thought experiment, thinks. He believes that, behind the veil of ignorance, you will opt for a society in which the person who is worst off is doing as well as possible, because you might find yourself in that position. And according to the so-called difference principle, inequality can be fair if it benefits those who have least. In other words, the CEO of a major bank can pay himself a huge salary with a clear conscience, providing the staff at the counter also earn more. You can't argue against inequality as long as everyone benefits from it. Is that true? What is just?
Okay. I hope this video was able to generate some thinking in your mind. So my question to you is like, what is a just world? What is a just world for you? So this is the question that I want to ask from you. So with this, I wanted to go to breakout rooms. So the question is like, yeah, looking at everything that's happening around you, your context, your society, your community, like where you are operating right now, like what does it mean to you to have a just world? So Tionki, can you help me with the breakout rooms? You can go into the breakout rooms, you can discuss with each other, and I'll give you some time to share when you come back to the planet. Oh, Sumi, what happened? The video changed?
No. It's just like the streaming. Sometimes it's like it lags from how you were
You
sharing
cannot
it
see
now.
the video?
No, it was freezing a little bit when you were sharing the video now. So I can do it from mine, the after movie, so it doesn't lag.
Because it's in the slide. That's like I don't know how much it can change. I mean, I can. Don't be small. Okay, I can give it to you. Do you have the new version?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, so we have big mic for the people to share. How was the conversation? I hope it was interesting, and it was interesting topic for you. And then I just want to know, like, if there's anything interesting that you want to share with everyone, or is there anything that you heard in your breakout room that you think that it's inspiring for you, or like anything significant thing that you want to share with each other? So I want to open the space. You want to share? Okay, we have Andres and Kairavi. Go.
Okay, hi. I think I loved being in this breakout room because there were so many different perspectives, 4 different perspectives, but it all led towards a world that was including each and every individual, each and every person, and move towards an inclusive environment. However, one thing that I absolutely loved was something that Fatty said. Oh my God, she spoke about justice and equality and how it's similar, but it's so different at the same time, because justice is something that each and every individual is entitled to, and no matter where they come from, we need to be just to their existence, their being. And I think that just kind of stuck with me so much. And thank you so much for sharing that. I really, really loved it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much, Kairavi, for sharing that with us as well. Sapna, you want to go next?
Yeah, thank you. So what I wanted to share with y'all is while we were talking in the breakout rooms, everyone was saying problems that are very similar, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, like whatever the country, the problems and the things that we shared was quite similar. And then one in the breakout room told problems are similar because we live in the same world. So I think it gave like a lot of it's just a statement, but it gave a lot of insights for us because we are all living in a one world. So I think what we came up in our breakout room, what we understood was like we have responsibility to work as a community, like a one community, to find solutions. So yeah, it's quite inspiring. I found it quite inspiring, and I wanted to share that like with all of you. That's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Sapna, for sharing that. One more person, if you want to share. Going for one. Going for two.
Shall I go?
Yes. Alice.
Okay. So in my breakout room, AD and Sujit were there. So first, like, we kind of discussed, but what the idea came was like, a sort of fair world, and people, every person get what they deserve. So like that's the idea came. But then like Sujit brought this idea. So like, this is sort of unrealistic that everybody's getting what they deserve. That is not possible. But what is possible is, humanity. So what we can do is, as Isaacers, we can contribute towards that, so that through Isaac, for the youth, we can contribute towards developing humanity in youth, so that like, that will be helpful in achieving this. But like a fairer world and people getting what they deserve completely is kind of unrealistic and impossible. So like that's the whole conversation we had, and that was really interesting. So that's why I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, Randi. I saw Alisa was also unmuting her mic. That's why I said her name. Lisa, you want to go?
Sure, I can. Hello, my name's Alyssa. I'm from Isaac in Australia. I think it's really interesting what we've shared. Like, sorry, forgive me, I forgot the names. Rushi and Himanji. Like the both of them. I think when we're part of the organization, or like I think just for ourselves, it's super important to admit when you don't know what it means, or like if it's even if it's something, even if you're trying to figure that out. So Rushi was sharing about his thoughts, and he was sharing about how, like, even for him, it's not something that he knows or realizes yet, because there's a lot of things that are also going on in this country as well as around the world. And then like for Himanji, she what's this called, like she shared about her perspective on being able to, I think, touching on what Rushi said, which is equity as well. And like it's just very I think for me, like I acknowledge that I am privileged. So like, I can say, oh yeah, we all have justice here in Singapore because I'm from Singapore. And at the end of the day, it's knowing that I think for me, it was more of it is respect. What I said was that it's about respecting each other's needs, respecting that sometimes you don't, like the legislation is there or the law is there for the betterment of the people, and respecting that, you might not need more support compared to other people who actually needs it more. So yeah, that's just it. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Alisa, for sharing. I think, yeah, it's very nice to hear like all these conversation and all these discussions that you had in your breakout rooms. I think we're coming to the point of, if you remember in the essence, the sessions that we're talking about, the leading the impact that you believe in. Like in the essence session, we talk about mostly like what does leadership means to you, and how do you want to create that ripple throughout the community, throughout your people that you are impacting, throughout this position that you're in right now, and where it's going to be. Like, even if this comes to this topic, inequality, even if you come to any other topic, education, poverty, anything that you want to discuss, like this will be like where you are starting this conversation. Like where we talk about, I see like a lot of people are very passionate about talking about this topic. Why? Because if you remember, like we talk about in the essence, we talk about ego 2.0, ego 1.0, ego 2.0. Ego 1.0 is what you're doing for yourself. Ego 2.0 is like what you're doing for other people. This is what gives you the sense of motivation, or the feeling of motivation, or feeling of fulfillment, satisfaction, can gain through by working toward ego 2.0. So with this part, like I want to ask is like with all this attitude, or all this knowledge, or the skills, or this perspective that you have toward your community, what kind of entity that you want to leave behind at the end of your year? So right now you are going to start your journey for 1 year period of time, and you get the opportunity to like shape the entity in the way that you want, with your perspective, with your ideas that you have for the community, how it can look like. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to set some expectations toward our upcoming term, and I'm gonna best way that we can do is like write it down, journal it, and make sure that we can follow it through. So I'm gonna give you some time. I'm gonna give you some guiding questions. I want to take a pen and paper and follow through with me with these guiding questions. I'll give you some time for this, and then you can reflect with me in this question. Okay, let me play some music. Okay, if you're ready, if you have pen and paper, you can put in the chat or you can put thumbs up. Then I know. Can we start? Thumbs ups. Ready. Nice. Okay. Cool. My first question is gonna be just the sound. Okay. What are three key achievements you would like to see, you want to achieve at the end of your term? What are three things? Let's say like three individual things that you like to see. Reflect back onto your application. Reflect back how you apply for this particular position. What do you really want to achieve at the end of your term? Okay, moving forward. What kind of behaviors will take you close to this vision that you want to achieve? At the end of the day, all the things that you set for yourself, you want to achieve, like should turn into day-to-day behaviors. What kind of behaviors that you think that will take you closer to this vision that you want to achieve? Okay, moving forward. What is one change that you want to do to your daily routine to practice this behavior? So these behaviors, maybe it is a behavior that you already have. Maybe it is a behavior that you like to see in yourself. But if it's not reflected on your daily actions, if your daily routines, then it's not going to be embedded into your personality. So what kind of a change that you want to do into your daily routine so that you can maintain this behavior or practice this behavior. Okay, last question. How would progress look like after 3 months, 6 months, and 9 months for you and for your entity? Why I'm asking this is basically because if you set a goal for 1 year period of time, maybe you get demotivated because it take 1 year to see the results. But how does progress look like for 3 months? Then you can actually see how you are moving forward with your achieving the goals that you want to achieve. Okay. I hope you get a chance to reflect. I hope you get the chance to think about what you want to achieve and what kind of impact that you want to drive in your entity. With your belief related to leadership, with your belief related to what kind of community that should be out there, and what kind of things that people should get. Yeah, it's based on how we believe. Let me check the time. Okay, so basically, like, I want to share a story from my side. Okay, so first he was asking of like what was one of my first movements in Isaac journey. So I think like I want to share this one. This is my second MC experience, MC Vietnam, 17, 18. I think like I was coming from one MC experience, and of course I thought like, okay, I had one MC experience, the second one is not going to be that difficult, right? So you had the experience, how wrong I was. When I was there, like I think a lot of challenges coming in your way. That's why like it's very important for you to have this personal vision or personal thing that you want to achieve, because the journey is not going to be easy. Your journey is going to be completely different from any journey that people had before in Isaac life. I don't think like most of people will be able to come and tell you like what kind of support that they can give you, because probably they never had this kind of experience. You are going to be in a very different time, very different, going through a very different set of challenges. But it doesn't mean that's why like you always need to keep that anchor, a North Star for you with your personal vision. When I applied for this MC opportunity, like we had a lot of, while going through this, we had a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, team conflicts, entity issues, and all these things. But at the same time, like when I applied for the position, as well as when I was going through this difficulty, there was always one moment that it was always coming to my mind. It was this moment, like, okay, this is, I was a very young engineer, so like, it's not the point that I'm going to make, but it's the point that I was doing my exchange experience in Vietnam as well. While I was doing my exchange experience, I got the chance to visit one of my host family, their hometown, and I get the chance to see like how the community and the youth over there looks like. And I felt very bad because seeing like it was a little bit away from 2 hours, like 3 hours away from like main city, and from there like situation was completely different. The youth was having very different kind of opportunities. They actually didn't have a lot of opportunities. They were stuck in a place that they really don't know what to do, or they are stuck in a place that they are not identifying like what exactly that they are meaning to, or their potential, as we say. So it made me think like, is there anything that I can do as a person like, who has this perspective to add this and change their experiences? So one thing is that's one of the things that I had in my mind when I was applying for this opportunity in Vietnam, as well as while going through all these challenges. Like always something that helped me to keep my mind is like, is there like what is my contributions going to look like for the community? What is my contribution going to look like for the people around me? So this is why I am asking you to keep this North Star, North Vision toward you. I think it will help you, guide you through your experience, and it will help you a lot while going through all these challenges. If you're facing, like after years, I understand like my experience, like how it helped me, and how it was like, I was too blinded to see it back then as well. Like because all these challenges, and when you're going through all these things, like you're not actually seeing the value of the experience that you're going through. Like it can happen, maybe like you might tend to like give up, you might tend to feel like, okay, I'm actually not doing something purposeful, I'm actually not doing something useful, and which comes back in a loop of like going procrastinating, or like not doing things at all. But trust me, like just after you reflect, you will see like what kind of experience that you went through, and what kind of things that you're able to do. So while having this North Star, while having this purpose for yourself, think from the other side, like what I am learning, what is the change that I'm seeing in myself as well. We spend so much time trying to like create good experiences for everyone. Sometimes we forget that this is a learning experience for ourselves as well. So after a couple of years, you will be changed person. You will be looking at things in a different perspective. You'll be looking at things in a another way. But in order for you to go through this experience, you need to have that motivation, you need to have that North Star in front of you. So my invite for you to create a personal vision for you, make sure that you are referring to that, make sure that you're always listening to that, make sure that you're always looking and remembering like why you are in this position or what you want to achieve. Yes, so with this I want to add the last part, because in the RPM we went through, your MCPs went through a big process, and they think about, okay, what is my contribution going to look like for the region as well. While you are doing this, going through your experience in your entity, like your experience, collection of your experience will create the regional experience for everyone out there. So we talk about what on Limitless Asia Pacific looks like for us. And so this is what we have, this is what we consider, or like how we define on Limitless Asia Pacific for our generation of 21-22. We start taking ownership within ourselves in being courageous to innovate, challenges in our pursuit for sustainable growth for One Asia Pacific. So we talk about how we can make sure that we are taking ownership to our own experience, our own learning, our own accountability, and then make sure that we are not being bring down by the challenges that we have to face in our journey in the next 1 year period of time. So this is something I want to share, as well as the 3 behaviors that we are going to practice in our region are like being courageous, not afraid to take the risk and fail, and we are always trying make sure that we are doing the right thing even when it's hard, and we need to hold the yes, and being courageous to navigate the organization in the right direction. And the second one is all for one, one for all. Let's talk mostly about the collaboration, how we take care of each other in the region as well as in our entity. Make sure that we make sure that we encourage our membership, everyone to support, as well as make sure that they're learning in through this journey as well. And the last part is being purposeful, clear intention of what impact and why we want to create it, and everything we do will be purpose being bearing in our mind, and take responsibility and hold accountability for our own actions and initiatives. So these are three key behaviors. This is what Own Limitless Asia Pacific means to us. And your contribution, your small contributions or your individual actions are the one that gonna create this experience for everyone at the end. So it is a journey that matters. Like you're gonna go in this particular journey, starting from a couple of months. It's very soon, and you'll be already taking responsibilities of your predecessors. And make sure that you enjoy the journey, and make sure that you're focused on what's happening around you rather than trying to always thinking about the future or worrying about the future and worrying about the past. Living the present and enjoy the journey. Choose the path that will make you happy every single day. So with this, I want to pass this to Sumi. I think we have something from CC side that they like to share with you. Sumi, you want to share the screen?
In 2020, life paused before our eyes. Life disrupted, losses suffered, and hopes dashed. The crisis continued to 2021. Despite the time of adversity, with perseverance, we kept moving forward, turning even the most difficult things into good, creating even more opportunities to be limitless. Together, we carried Asia Pacific forward in ways we could have never done alone. We have come too far. We see the ultimate goal ahead, the goal of creating a long-lasting Isaac. Today, we have gathered again, leaders across the region, united to carry forward the limitless Asia Pacific with one common goal in mind. Ready to own the present, determined to shape the future, committed to lead the change, to kickstart the revolution.
Amazing. So with this, I want to open the space a little bit, delaying the timeline with the time. Hope it is okay. I'm going to take another 5-6 minutes. This is open space for if you have sharing, appreciation, acknowledgement, final words, if you want to add. This is the last sharing space that you're going to have in this summit, guys. I hope you'll utilize this. Okay, space is yours. Krish.
Okay, like since no one was going, I just thought I'll go. So yeah, firstly, like I would like to thank the RO for like having so much trust in us, even though like we have small roles in LC, like attending these conferences and attending this whole summit was a very, very, very big learning for us. And also, guys, thank you so much. Like, yeah, even though like we had a few logistical errors here and there, you all were really cooperative. And yeah, I would just like to say all the best for your MC journeys, guys. this is the start of like something beautiful that we all want to be. Like I myself want to be at such a position. And yeah, so I admire all of y'all. And yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for attending the whole summit.
Thank you, Krish. Nitin, I think it's you next.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you, Aro, for having us on board as the CC. It's really nice to share this space among with all the delegates who are going to lead the entire entities of Asia Pacific, and also make sure that the vision of ISEC for the next 5 years is going to be put on point. And it's really great to see to be a part of this entire conference, even at a lesser stage than what we are at a position right now. Being at an LC, like being at a TL level, I got to attend lots of spaces which gave me lots of insights and how exactly the role of an MCP or MCVP would be. It's really nice to be here as a part of CC, and I met a lot of people through this conference. They were so sweet. All the MCVPs, all the MCPs I met here. Thank you, Aro, and thank you each and everyone for attending this space and cooperating with the CC. We'll miss you all. We'll definitely miss you all. All the best for your terms ahead.
Thank you so much, Nitin. Priyanka?
Okay, so hi everyone. So I think this journey was a lot of roller coaster of emotions for me, from getting overwhelmed to happy to knowing so many things. So yeah, it was a lot of things at the same time. But at the end of the day, I always felt there was vertical growth for me in such a less time. So I was really happy about the growth curve that I achieved, and also I met a lot of people, my commission out of my commission. So I think these connections are will be forever, and I would have a lot of conversation. I'm surely going to nag everyone for the conversations, for ideas, and for a lot of GCPs for sure. And I got an opportunity to be in the fun team, and that was one crazy experience. After every night, we used to have calls discussing what should we do next. So I think it was amazing being the part of the fun team with Emmy, and I really loved it. And Tony and Fatih were so supportive throughout for the whole journey of the fun team as well, and all the ROs. So I think I'm very, very grateful to everybody who was there in this plane, RO, all the CC team who have worked so much for us to make this experience so beautiful. So I'm really grateful for all the delivery team, all the organizers, and all the participants as well. So I think you guys are the one who made our journey so beautiful, and you owe it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. Jaslin?
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
All right. So I think for me, like, I think not just for me, but I think I've spoken on the behalf of my team as well. When I say that this conference has been like extremely beautiful for all of us. And I think like everything was on point. Like I don't even know what all to speak about, because I think in terms of agenda, everything that we needed to know about our portfolio, about the rest of the portfolios, about the region overall, and I think anything and everything. It was great, like getting to know all the stories, like specifically, in the spaces, like how fatties were very vulnerable and they were sharing their own experiences and, vulnerably talking about themselves, talking about the mistakes they made. So I think these were sort of things that I felt like added a lot to me, and I think for the rest of the delegates as well. And I also got to deliver a couple of spaces in my track. So I think that also was, it was a great experience for me. I hope it was like that for our track delegates as well. And yeah, like all in all, everything was very well put, very well facilitated. Thank you to all the faculty. Thank you to Swati and Tony for being like great agenda managers, cultural managers. Thank you for the CC for like running everything very smoothly, even though it was a virtual platform, but we were always on time with agenda and there were no delays, there were no issues, technical issues and stuff. So yeah, I think everything was like pretty much perfect. And I think one thing I was really looking forward to was also like talking to people. So I think I got plenty of chances to that also. I was as participative as I could have been, and I'm really glad that I was able to add something to the others as well. And just to initiate those conversations and just to have that headspace to think about things, I think I really appreciate that opportunity that was given to me. So yeah, thank you to the delegates also for adding to my experience in that regard. And yeah, I think that's it from me. And on an ending note, I'd also like to wish all the MCs like good luck for their term, and like just I just want to cheer to like owning a limitless AP. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Rushi, you're next.
Hi, can you hear me? I had like so much to I had so much to say, and now Jocelyn said everything that I wanted to say. So okay, I think when I joined ISEC, for me, one of the coolest things about it was IR, the fact that you get to talk to people around the world. But I think somewhere along my journey, it became so operational that I completely forgot about the beauty of actually getting to talk to people from different countries and different cultures. And I think summits like these reminded me how amazing that is. You know, the feeling of knowing someone else's culture and knowing where they come from, the perspectives. And I think this is one of those summits or conferences that kind of reminded me of that. I really enjoyed talking to everyone here about it. A massive shout out to entire RO, the delivery team. I think it's you guys didn't have to be relatable, but you put in an extra effort to be vulnerable and relatable with us, and it really humanized you guys. I think with respect to leadership, you always look at someone above you as some sort of god or like a perfect human, but you guys made sure that you looked human to us, and I think that was very helpful. Very helpful, and I love the entire storytelling aspect of it. It was super engaging. Massive shout out to the CC. You guys have been phenomenal. I hope that one day you guys get to be in a conference like this as well. I'm sure you guys want to apply to higher roles as well. Yeah, all in all, I just had a very great time. It's like one of those summits that didn't feel that long, although it was like 6 days and morning to evening and skipping meals and my mom getting mad at me. But it just felt amazing. I really enjoyed being among all of you. And yeah, I mean, AP rules. So I hope I get in touch with all of you again. I hope I get to have more conversations. With that, I check out. With that, I'm done.
Nice. Thank you so much, Rushi, for sharing. Shamit, you're next.
I guess coming to the whole RFS, I was pretty overwhelmed, honestly, because most of you, if not all, have already had either LCVP or LCP experience, and here I'm coming from a TL experience. So trust me, when I was having the initial conversations and everyone had such plans, such insight, I was like so overwhelmed. I did not know what to do. But later on in the like self-reflection spaces, when I was going through the things that I was learning throughout the whole conference, throughout the whole summit, I realized, okay, maybe I won't suck too bad. I can probably do some things and probably help out my entity a bit more than I expected. So getting that confidence was one of the bigger, what should I say, like one of the bigger points throughout the whole summit for me, especially. And then comes the CC. Like even though I was part of the CC bit, I couldn't help out much at all. So, but still, you guys pulled off an amazing summit. You guys did so much, and especially Nitesh, with all these videos, oh my God, showcasing them did so much compared to RPM. So amazing job there. And then all the facets, like was all the content, all the sessions was so helpful. I can't exactly say it right now, but I'll try with the sugar cubes. What else? And also, like I would especially like to appreciate Sumi because a lot of her stories, which is shared, I related to that a lot because I actually went through something similar to those. So I was really able to relate to that a lot and help me gain some confidence and things from there. So I guess I can end my sharing with that. Thank you guys, by the way.
Thank you so much, Shamit. So last but not least, we have Sabina sharing.
Okay, hi guys, hi everyone. So first of all, I don't have anything else but gratitude towards the whole entire RO, NCC, and FASI. You guys made this entire experience so beautiful. And talking about me, like I was completely blank. I didn't know where to start my MCVP tournament. I didn't know what the fuck I was gonna do. But the entire this entire experience made me at least clear. My 75% of doubts are all gone, and for the rest 15-20% I still have you guys to constantly nag on. So I'm very thankful for that. And the friends that I've made here, all the participants, I am very grateful to you guys as well. You guys were never, you guys were always open to share everything that you know, and all, like everything that you've talked, everything we've talked, and that will always stick in me. So I'm going to remember this for long. And then I don't even know how the 6 days passed. And so that was quite amazing, because I didn't even know how the time went. So yeah, the entire experience was really, really great, and I'm very, very thankful. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. Parag, you want to share? Okay.
Yeah, just want to like, because everybody is giving us so love, and like I'm feeling very sugary, so I just thought I distribute some more. So like, first of all, thank you so much, delegates, for making sure that this conference happens. Yeah, please write sugar cubes. It's like an amazing automated thing. If you fill the form, the sugar cubes automatically go to the person. It's really amazing how CC has done it. So please do that. Uh, just want to mention, like, thank you so much, everyone, all the delegates also, for making sure that like you attend with, like, we show up. Like, I think showing up is the most important thing. We show up every single day to learn something, and I think that curiosity and that drive for learning and taking forward the Asia Pacific region together, I think that that inspires us, all of us in the regional office, to take for, like, do everything which we do every single day. For me, I was a bit worried before beginning of the RFS, because there was like a lot of I was handling 2 tracks, TM and EVA, and then there is a lot of change management happening in the TM track, and we were fixing the agenda till the last moment. Okay, but then a lot of people in the GSC team also helped me, proudly saying, like, a lot of people from the AP Commission, they helped me deliver the whole TM track as well, along with the AI team and the GSC team. And also in EVA, the first time ever in ISEC history, I think we're having this track. So was sorry. So I was a bit worried about how it's going to go, but then all the delegates, you made it happen. And thank you so much. We're really, really, really looking forward to work with you in the next upcoming months. So yeah, thank you for showing up. Although Limitless Asia Pacific, always, guys. That's it. And write the sugar cubes. Bye.
Thank you, Parag. Fatih? There is a AM time, actually.
Yes, I don't know if there is appreciation. Really? Okay, then this sharing is more for the delegates. I was just not overwhelmed in a bad way this morning, but like overwhelmed in a good way, because I received a lot of messages this morning telling me, hey, your voice seems off today. Like, are you okay? And like, I don't know, like someone just said, like, all what I can say is gratitude. I'm actually very grateful to be working with Pacific, because you guys are amazing. You have very how can I say, noble values. Human, I agree, but it's mostly inspired from the network, because you guys are real, and I'm very happy that I see this realness and this honesty being showcased. A few people that see you again in the future. If we're not together, I'm gonna meet you in space in a few days.
Okay, Fatih, you're breaking a lot. Okay. I don't know whether it's only me or like others as well, but I hope you can like share. Like, I don't know. It's okay. Cool. Thank you so much for sharing. So for my side, I want to add appreciation. One thing for the FASI team, for sure. Like everyone who was contributing a lot for the they were working for RPM, RFS. Like we have been working for a long period of time, and we have also like Fatih and Tony, who has been working for the agenda as well as working for the conference management, managing delegates, managing all these different tracks and doing all these dry runs, and always being available for everyone to provide that support. I think that's a huge thing. And if you saw a good conference, if you saw a good session delivery, it's because there's people behind, like, who work their ass off to like make sure that things are on time and things are perfect and things are like matching with what you expected from our side. So I want to add appreciation for all these people like who spend their time without expecting anything and to give their best of knowledge to all of you guys in delegates. And then next one goes to the CC team for sure. Like they have been working with us for a long period of time. They contribute themselves like for the RPM and then RFS. Like all these 2 times, I think we are also learning how to work with the CC like for a couple of iterations right now. And I think the CC team has been providing their best and like always giving like mind-blowing content, like coming up with like ideas to how to make the spaces better and making sure that they can provide a good experience for delegates. So I want to add appreciation for them as well. And then last but not least from my side for the RO team who are facilitating all these sessions, as making sure that things are on time and things are doing their best to provide like support for each other and providing that. And then again, of course, for the delegates who've been here. Like this, I know there's a lot of things are going on. Maybe things are not that easy in your side. Like you are in your house, maybe you cannot go out, you have your family contributions, your mom is expecting something from you, dad is expecting something from you, university is expecting something from you, and now your MCPs and everyone is expecting things from you. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of pressure, we understand that. And despite of that, like we really appreciate you being here. And because thing is like virtual spaces, like in the physical spaces, we can do activities, we can do something, we can make you run around the thing and like make it like fun and all these things. But in the virtual spaces, it's all about the delegates. If you are participating, if you are proacting, if you are sharing, that's only the virtual space is going to be good for everyone in here. So I hope like, I hope you are doing your part in terms of that, as well as you get your learning at the end. So finally, I want to add sometime for the feedback. A lot out of time. Okay, I'm going to give this link. Can someone help me to put the link? Please fill this feedback because this has an overall evaluation for the summit, which is something that we really need to consolidate so that we can better deliver a better summit for the next generation. We are going to meet you again in November so that we can deliver a better summit for you in November. So that's one thing, and so that's something I want to mention. And for the AM announcement, do you have anything to add despite of what you're sharing, Fatih?
Sorry for my breakage. I tried to go outside, so it's not going to be loud. But yeah, my internet broke. But anyway, I was saying thank you so much for everyone who attended. Although like the attendance was a bit low and I expected more people to come, but for the spaces that I had with the people that attended were amazing. There were so many sharings that so many times we needed to extend time because so many people wanted to share, and I really appreciate that. Just remember that you guys can reach out to us out of these spaces, talk to us, talk to each other as well, and just make out the most of the connections that you made in this summit before you're planning, in order to gather as many insights as possible, and also after you're planning, in order to just enjoy the experience with everyone. So thank you so much for joining us, and I cannot wait to see you soon for the people I'm going to be working with, GV, GTA, GTE, and marketing, and for the other people in next touch points very soon. Take care.
Nice. So next part, I think CM, you have some announcement from your side. I'm going to pass it to you.
Yes, the reason why I didn't take the mic to share because I can do see announcement in least time. Amazing. I'll take over everything there. I won't use a lot of time, so no worry. So first, like when you like meet me in here, always like go through the website. So like website, we have opening video here, so cute, and all the things here. You can get RP and RFS. You want to be MCP, choose here. So in the future, you can see what's the document in the future. I can prepare. So if I RFS choose here, I can get the output here. And thank you the whole conference team again, and thank you my lovely like the partner this time, Fatih, like being an amazing agenda manager. Although I have like the son of the company during the conference, but like the company always makes the team better. So appreciate you, love you so much. I also learned a lot from this like the conference. Special thank you for the sponsor. Like always, the sponsor is the best. Function Summit website, you can see here. So don't forget to roll a sugar cube. Don't forget to roll a sugar cube. Don't forget to roll a sugar cube because it's important. I did that 3 times. Best delegation award. Who is the winner of best delegation? Drum roll, please. I read the announcement here. So no one will do drum roll. I will directly scroll down. So really supportive. I feel that. So the best delegation award, these are the winners. So many winners because we are 2, I just proposed few lists there, but we, so many good delegates there. So what will you get? You will get my postcards and also one of my bracelets. when I in my IC journey, I have limits of bars late in my IC journey for 7 years. So I think I was saying to you, I will personal message you and I can say to you, even it's a COVID situation, I will make sure all the things, it won't get any virus. Yeah, I feel like I'm negative right now, so don't worry about me. So yes, the best delegation of the entity will be IC in Vietnam. What will you get? You'll get the gift from Taiwan. I will send a gift to you with the Taiwanese like survival kit. So you'll get like really like delicious sweet from Taiwan. So yes, I will message to your MCP. I don't know if you work in virtual or physical anyway. I'll send you MCP first. So if you didn't receive it, maybe you can check with me. If I send it there, just check with the MCP if she added or not. So yes, good job, I in Vietnam, who fill in the evaluation form at the most responsive from your time and also really engage every time. I will miss your dance, Dory, about like all of your performance in AP Talent Night. Yes, so talking about the evaluation form, me and my CC team are really striving for excellence to upload the output there because the session is so many. So we'll try to upload everything on Monday. But let's finger crossed. So I hope you can fill in the evaluation form. If we can receive over than 75% of responsive, I will for sure to release all the output and let you know by Monday. So this is the promise I set with my CC team. I hope we can set a promise with delegation team. So we can, once you submit all the things there, for sure we'll give you the output. And you can learn from it, decide how to launch it in your plenary session, in the national conference anyways. Yeah, so that's all from the CM announcement. Thank you, everyone. It's really good to have been a CM for 2 times. I haven't checked out yet because I need to finish all the things there, but still good to have the RO team to deliver this amazing conference. That's all from my side.
Nice. I think, yeah, with this, I think we can close the space. So yeah, looking forward to on Limitless Asia Pacific with you in the future. And I think we can take a picture and then we can close the space.